It's always sad when these old trees fall over. It's not helped, though, in my opinion, by the fact that the haloing around these trees, it opens them up to far too much of the worst of the weather. This is a tree that I've actually featured twice before. Once fairly recently, a few weeks ago, with the Queen Hornet. Thankfully, she's survived this tree coming down. She's still present. But I also showed this tree towards the back end of 2022 when the left-hand half of that tree originally split off. Split straight down the trunk, as you'll see shortly. And now, in the last week or so, the whole of the tree has come over. But what's surprising is the lack of root on this tree. And I believe it's quite typical of all these ancient oaks. This tree was haloed a few years ago, but over the last decade or so, this tree has put on a lot of growth. All that you can see coming out towards you and going away is all new growth. That's all well and good, putting on all the new growth, but it's also increasing the weight of the tree, probably more than doubling the weight of the tree that the tree's got to support. And on the evidence of this particular one, these trees haven't got the root stock or the root system strong enough to support the increased weight. That's a worrying thing. This is already a common occurrence. Sherwood Forest loses several trees, or the greatest part of several trees each year. I do worry about these old veteran oaks. Now, when these ancient oaks fall down at Sherwood, they do provide the coleopterist or the naturalist with an opportunity, a rare opportunity, an opportunity to access some of the debris that's been accumulating in these trees over many decades. This one has provided such an opportunity, and I notice that there's either an old squirrel drain here or the remnants of an old jackdaw nest. Sometimes they can hold quite specialist invertebrates, but what I need to do is collect the material up, put it in a bag, and then take it home, and we can sort through it in the comfort and warmth of home. Well, we'll see if we have got anything in this sample. It's probably highly unlikely that there's anything rare or unusual. My experience of working on the inside of these ancient oaks is that it's a lot of work for very little. And in all honesty, I've not found anything of any real note. But we live in hope. Maybe one day, maybe this could be the carrier bag that has that real Sherwood rarity in it. Not the best of days now. The rain's starting to come down again, and it's still very windy at times, but no good for this tree. Long gone now. I don't disagree with some efforts made to try and keep trees such as these old ancients here at Sherwood Forest upright. I just don't think that haloing is the right way to go about it. And my opinion is just my opinion. My opinion isn't the same as those in a position to change and alter. And indeed, for many trees now they've been haloed and that's it. Although these old ancients can obviously put out new growth on top, I don't think that the root system is as vibrant. Certainly wasn't in the case of this tree. Haloing exposes trees to the worst of the English weather. I think they need some protection, not necessarily from management, but from the fellow trees. Sometimes you barely touch these trees and bits fall off. It's a shame that they're all approaching the last years of their lives. It'll be many generations before people see the likes of these kind of trees again. It's too much of an age gap. And although they're trying to reduce that age gap and produce rotten trees through veterinisation, they'll never get the likes of these. You've got to leave some trees standing to have these in 500 years' time. I know that I'm fighting a lonely battle against the management of Sherwood Forest and Sherwood Forest trees. Mine isn't the opinion of those whose job it is to manage. I just think that by haloing around these magnificent trees, it's just opening up disaster. Yes, it allows these trees to put on some new growth. It also put on a lot of weight. And I don't think the roots of these trees can handle it, especially in the strength of the autumn gales and low pressure systems and storms that we tend to get now throughout much of the year. Summer storms are the worst because you've got the leaf canopy in the way to the leaves. You get rain on top of them, it's even more weight. A lot of branches come off these trees during the summer months. And I just think we're shortening the life of these majestic old oaks. And that worries me. I hope it worries other people as well. But as I said, I think I'm flying a lonely flag and fighting a lonely battle here.